It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Jaguars and the silver and black. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about a quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. No. Today, before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, with the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get the headlines like you talked about, but these guys, man, they are cornerstones of their offense.
Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And bringing them out to former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 30 on 2nd down. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41. Lawrence now off the play action. Connection made. Travis Etienne. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now give this up the middle to Etienne. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Marcus Epps making the play. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Etienne on 3rd down. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Finds Diablo there on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. It's taken in by Washington. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Going on fourth, here's Lawrence. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a fourth down gamble.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. ETN on the catch. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now toss it to ETN. And he takes this down close, up to the 3. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's third, less than a yard.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Here we go, third and less than a yard. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got it! And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. ETN goes up and over for the touchdown. The Jaguars finish up an excellent opening series. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. So here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. They're brought out by someone who's kept the exact energy now as he had when he entered the league back in 2019. It's Gardner Minshew.
Kate, I don't know how many people know the story of Gardner Minshew and how close he was to becoming a GA and coaching. Mike Leach got on the phone with him and said, hey, why don't you take one more swing at this thing? Come out to Pullman, Washington, and lead my pirate ship. And all he did with that mustache was light the college football world on fire. And all he's been in the NFL with multiple organizations is that same spark plug that just makes something happen.
Up the middle they go with Madison. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound a defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Madison again. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They'll go right back to Madison. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And that's good for a Raiders first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Minshew working from the gun. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here's 2nd and 2. It's his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Vegas first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. Bullays his way in for the touchdown. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders start off well to tie things 7-7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Washington now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First down throw, Lawrence. That's complete. Here's Kirk.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. Marcus Epps making the play. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Lawrence to throw it. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. And they get this down to the 28. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing it again here. That's going to be caught by Washington. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're hoping to convert here on 2nd and goal. Another try following the sack. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play, because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Abdullah now to return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Raiders and Alexander Madison ready for another go on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Minshew. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Makes the handoff, now Minshew. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Minshew. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Jaguars and Christian Kirk headed back onto the field. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Jaguars football. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's ETN on 1st down. Juke the defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a 1st. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They put a receiver in motion here left. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Now it's Lawrence. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect.
It's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? And we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Cam Little getting the call on 4th down here to put 3 up for the Jaguars. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. The kick by Shudak is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with the high percentage make.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Abdullah now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a 1-score game here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 34. Dump off caught by his back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Minshew now on 3rd down. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for Raiders 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Enough goes to Madison, running right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run. This is Madison. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Minshew setting up to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's the give to Madison. And that's good for a gain of 5. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He'll get it complete to Alexander Madison. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Now it's a bootleg for him. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They give it to Madison. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Eric Armstead there on the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10 now. Throwing the out route complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Minshew on 1st down. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Minshew working from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars get the football on the 1st turnover of the contest. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 3 now. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this to ETN. Head out of bounds after a small gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
3rd and just 2 to go. Lawrence throwing here. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's taken in by Etienne. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it's 2nd down. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Lawrence working from the gun. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And they'll have a chance to run 1 play before time expires. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. All right, some adjustments in store, no doubt about that. They're headed to the locker room trailing as he kneels to end this 1st half. So it's halftime, and the visiting Jaguars have played themselves to a nice little lead thus far. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit, but first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Reports. One of the top performers in that 1st half was the running back Travis Etienne. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the 2nd half. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. His return starts at the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Vegas offense ready to start this 3rd quarter. And some opening drive points would be invaluable, Bronk, trailing by 2 scores as they leave that locker room. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10, Minshew. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
To throw again on 2nd down here, Minshew. This ball's cut by Bowers. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They go with Madison here. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 48. This is hauled in by Myers. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Madison. He's out in the clear. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Minshew. Dumps it off to his running back. And he gets this forward to the 19.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. To the ground with Madison. And he's going to make it down to the 15-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Up the middle they go with Madison. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, a run for Madison. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a 3-yard pickup. That moves him a little bit closer. 3rd and goal coming up.
where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Putting a receiver in motion. Now Minshew on 3rd and goal. He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Raiders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Washington now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. ETN gets it on the draw. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass, and they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. ETN again. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw, Lawrence. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Lawrence now off the play action. Escapes the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now toss it to ETN. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown, his second scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game.
Raiders 14.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Minshew. He's up. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
They'll run here from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It takes every piece of the symphony working in concert right there. When you run a draw on 3rd and long, everybody's got to do their job. The problem, they didn't, and this defense responded.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his first one. Winford 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Caught by his back.
You can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's going to run for it. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Jaguar first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Now it's Lawrence. ETN on the catch. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on to it for one final quarter. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now it's a bootleg for him. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Quick slant here to Kirk. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Lawrence to throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars take a 3-possession lead.
Raiders 14.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Minshew. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Minshew working from the gun. He gets this one to Myers. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, Minshew. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
First down, ball at the 36. He'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They go right back to ETN. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Lawrence working from the gun. He's on the move. He's running for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives them 1st and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. That's good for 6 yards. They're going to have 2nd and goal now at the 3.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. One more time with ETN. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Only manages 1 yard on that run, so now they'll need 3 on 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
They're going to run with ETN. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 1 yard there, back-to-back stops, and decision time now on 4th and goal.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. First down, didn't score. Second down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They give up the gun to Bigsby. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars make it a 24-point ball game.
Raiders 14.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Abdullah now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Minshew. Complete, it's Myers. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 29. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Minshew on first down. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Short pass brought in. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing on first is Minshew. Complete here to Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Sticking in the air with Minshew. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders making the scoreboard look a touch better. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point.
Trying for it on the ground. And he's in for 2, so don't write him off just yet. I know the chances are slim, but still a small one in this 2-possession game. Don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And this is covered by the Jaguars. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's ETN. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Second and 3 now. Here's ETN. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. Now a carry by Etienne. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Second down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. On second down, it's Etienne. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.